This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.
All right. Doesn't that look like a great picture, eh? Stevie in the red, Stevie in the red, Stevie both reds. Well, I'm a redhead, but yes, the game itself, Celtic Rangers, absolutely massive game. Just a couple of facts for you. So far this season, Celtic's on top right now, as you know, and you got to say, 19 games in, 18 wins, 1 loss, 61 goals on the season. You know, when you look at the top of the Premier League, you always see Celtic or Rangers banging in hundreds of goals over the seasons. Hundreds, literally hundreds. I wonder how many goals Celtic's going to bang in this year. I mean, Rangers has got 44, but Rangers isn't in the same moment, let's put it that way, as Celtic. Celtic sitting on top, 54 points. Rangers on 45 points. So this game here, you know, Celtic could go to a 12-point lead if they win it. And if it doesn't turn out to be a win, then Rangers can close within 6, get up there on 48, catching up. And you'd expect Rangers to be the favourite to win this game at home at Ibrox. It's going to be an absolute mega game. The passion's going to be unbelievable. The fans are going to be up for it. They always are, but I tell you, over the last couple of years with what's gone on and people love getting out and having a fantastic time. And I'll tell you what, Glasgow is going to be nuts January 2nd. Get ready for it because it's coming fast. Couple of things for you, just in case you like the stats. We'll throw them at the end on the reel as we go out to some lovely music. But you got to think Celtic and Rangers in the league, just league games all time, yeah? Celtic's on 113 wins and Rangers has 126. So Rangers is leading that slightly there. All competition, though, it's a little bit closer. All competitions, Celtic's got 162 wins and Rangers has 168. All competition. In all competition, they've also drawn, get this, 101 times. So that's 431 games if you just wanted to know. But yeah, Celtic 162, Rangers 168 all time is how it breaks down. And looking at this game sort of coming up, I've listened to both sides' interviews. And yeah, you'd think that Celtic's a slight favourite on this one. They're looking to get something in the game. And as Ange Postecoglou said the other day, the Celtic coach, you know, this is just another game, basically. We're not looking to go 12 points clear, but if we win and we go 12 points clear, then we do. This game is just one of many to come. So I love the way he just takes it back down to ground and keeps his feet on the floor, doesn't let the occasion get away from him, because let's face it, Old Firm games, that is the occasion, yeah? It is the occasion. But he likes to keep it on the ground, and it's one game at a time, and it's another team we play kind of idea, so keeping it all nice and calm and keeping the pressure off the players. It's the biggest derby, I'd say, worldwide. People will chew me out for that. But when you see the length that both sets of fans go to, the passion, the history, the good, the bad, and the ugly history, some of these games have turned into pitch battles in the stands back in the days where people literally kicked lumps out of each other. I'm not going to go into it too far, but it was a bad day. I'll tell you what. And some of the best days in Scottish football have also been between the big two in the Old Firm games. I've had some time in Scotland as well. One of my best ever times in Scotland was a England-Scotland game, 1978. And any Scotland fans, if you want to see that, or England fans for that matter, there's a video down below. I'm going to put the link to it so you can get to it and see that. It's about my journey as a kid going to Scotland. And that was after the Scottish fans had ripped out the goalposts from Wembley, the field, and ripped up the field too, after Scotland had literally kicked England off the park, basically. And I mean, kicked them off the park with great play, because Scottish teams in the late 70s and the early 80s, fantastic, skilly teams, beautiful to watch, and not physical at all. Yeah, they were physical. You couldn't kick them around. But they didn't come to kick you. They came to play football. And the Tartan Army came to cheer them on. And it's a fantastic event anywhere you go around a Scotland national football game, as is a Celtic Rangers game. It's a fantastic thing. I've been in Glasgow a few times. I'm a big brother too. Now, the game itself, I think, like I say, Celtic's probably slight edge. Wouldn't be surprised if Rangers did get something out of it. For the sake of the league, though, we want Rangers to win if you're a neutral, simply because it's going to keep things closer. And I said before, there's two teams in Scotland, and Mike from Putney in London, who's a big Rangers fan, said there are more than two teams in the league. Well, Mike, I tell you this, I agree with you. There are more than two teams in the league. But when you look at the league standings right now, you got Rangers on 48 points in second. Sorry, 45 points in second. You got Celtic on top with 54. And then Aberdeen is in third on 28. Well, if Rangers do win tomorrow, that means the team below them is on 28 points, Mike. That's 20 points difference between Rangers possibly winning and going on to 48 points and Aberdeen on 28 points. Sorry, 25 points. So it's over. It's over 20 points. And also, from Aberdeen down to the bottom of the league, so Aberdeen on 25 to the bottom of League 15, there's only 10 points between the bottom 10. So I think my argument holds water there, that there are only two teams in the league right now that are capable of winning the league or basically muscling for trophies on all levels. So I think I've got a fair point. Mike, I love your disagreeing, but I'm going to hold my own. I think I'm right on that one. Not that I have to be, but I think I am. So just my take. But thanks for writing in, Mike, from Putney, and that comes in good. So question I have for you now, though, is your family on both sides of this game? Does it split your family? I mean, there's people all over the world that will watch in this game, and there's families on both sides of the fence. Remember, Celtic is a Catholic team, and Rangers is a Protestant team. And that's the divide right there. And it overflows from Northern Ireland as well, see? So there's a political side of it too. We're not going to go into that. But what we're going to go into is, does your family divide itself on match days between Rangers and Scotland? Because our family does. And our family is originally out of Belfast. So I have a big brother, Marco. He's a fantastic Rangers fan. He's a big Rangers fan. I just said we're out of Belfast. Doesn't mean we're naturally Catholics or Protestants. We could be either or. But in our case, we're a Catholic family out of Belfast originally. So you're supposed to support Celtic. You've only got one choice. It's Celtic or nothing if you are a Catholic. And vice versa with the Rangers fans. They've got to be, true to the blue and make sure that the kids that are born through are all Rangers fans. It's just the way it is. It's not indoctrination. It's tradition. There's a slight difference. You might argue that point. You might argue that point well. But here's some funny stories to you. Funny, not for the person on the receiving end. So here's the deal. I've always been a Celtic fan, and I've always been courteous to my brother, who's a Rangers fan. But my Rangers fan brother, well, he's got a bit of an attitude, and he's got a really funny attitude as well. So here's the nuts and bolts of it. My dad, big Irishman, big Celtic man, also Belfast Celtic man, and living in the UK. And big brother goes and visits dad, and dad's in the pub, and it's a certain pub, and it's an Irish pub. It's Celtic. And Mark, my big brother, he's on his way up from London, and he's going up to Glasgow for the Old Firm game. And he's like, Dad, I'll pop in and visit you, and then we'll have one, and I'll carry on. So he gets to the pub, Celtic pub. It's all green and white and yellow, the Irish colours, you know. What is he wearing? He's wearing a Rangers shirt. And he's there with a few of the boys, his boys, and they're in there, large as life, in a Celtic bar wearing the Rangers shirts. My dad's face just went down, didn't know where to look, wasn't really happy. In fact, he was pretty furious. And after a little while, Mark went on his way to the Rangers game. So that was my brother having a dig at my dad. And, like I say, it runs deep, and it runs deeper than that sometimes. Sometimes it's like this. And I hope it doesn't get to that stage, in the ground ever again. But that's what used to happen a lot. And with my brother, he's just having a dig with my dad and da-da-da-da-da. My dad really never enjoyed that at all. So sometimes your family's on the wrong side of the fence. Sometimes they're not. But in this occasion, our family is split by the Rangers and the Celtic thing. I do veer towards the Celtic side, and Mark is to the Rangers fans, or the Rangers side. And it's just the way it is. Am I hoping for a Celtic win? Obviously I am. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping for a good game of football, and it's another Old Firm game. So there's a little bit of the insight. Take a look at some of the numbers, and hey, you know what? Get ready for the game. Drop down your score. What do you think the final score is going to be? And you know what? Does Celtic win the league in record time this year? Are they on for something good? I mean, look, 1 loss in 19. It's pretty damn good, yeah? Are they going to break records again? Looks like they're on the way to the championship. Rangers are the only one who can stop them. Jot down your club, what you think the score's going to be, and is your family divided by this game? Cheers, guys. Enjoy the game. It's going to be a fantastic match. Ibrox is going to be nuts. A sea of red and blue on one end, and there's going to be a sea of green and white on the other. And there's the saying is no love lost. Yeah, it's in your face. But nowadays, it's not as volatile as what it used to be. That I can guarantee you. Okay, guys. Check down below for the England-Scotland game that I went to as a kid. You'll enjoy that story too. And jot down anything that I asked you. Like, is your team? What's the name? What do you think the score's going to be? Etc., etc. Have you been to an Old Firm game? Have you even been to Scotland? Hey, jot it all down there. Cheers, guys. Have a great day.
The ultimate soccer show. Join me, listen, you'll love it. Everybody does.